Beloved, quiet your heart and let these words settle deep within you, for nothing is accidental about your listening right now. You are seen, the longing you feel for reassurance. The ache for more than just survival is not wasted breath. I am speaking to you in this very moment with an intent that cannot be shaken. I want you to know I have chosen to bless you, not because of your perfection or relentless striving, but because you are mine. All that you have quietly brought to me, your whispered prayers in the early light, your silent tears when no one saw, the questions that haunt your waking hours, I have heard everyone. This is not a message for some distant tomorrow. My nearness is for today. As you pause, breathe deeply, and feel the gentle warmth of my presence filling the room. Imagine my hand resting on your shoulder, steady, strong, assuring. I have already begun a new story within you, setting your heart free from the patterns of discouragement, making space for true hope to ignite. Even those who have known you longest will marvel at what unfolds. Sometimes you wonder if real change is possible, if I truly see your struggles, your fears. You think, what if my faith falters? What if I'm not strong enough? Let these doubts fall away. I respond not to flawless faith, but to a sincere heart. You may be surprised by where my help arrives from, often through those you'd least expect. Yet, gratitude will protect and open doors for you in ways that ambition never could. Your life will not remain the same. The transforming work I am doing goes beyond what can be seen. I am softening what once felt hardened within you, giving you a new heart from which love, courage, and wisdom will freely flow. Allow yourself to be astonished by my goodness, for I delight in bringing about more than you dare to hope. The world around you is full of voices promising clarity, but delivering only chaos. Do not surrender your soul to shallow philosophies or let bitterness take root, no matter how justified it feels. When words of accusation or gossip reach your ears, refuse to accept them blindly. Guard your heart. Let no false judgment take up space within your spirit. I call you into a different way, one of mercy, integrity, and loyalty. Stay alert to the subtle traps that would pull you from my peace. Instead, be a seeker of truth. My eyes scan the earth for the loyal, those who love me and honor the weight of my ways. Blessing follows not just belief, but also a readiness to walk out my wisdom, even when it challenges the shape of your habits. You are rising. I am empowering you to build up those around you, encouraging your family, strengthening friends, sharing these words of hope rather than feeding conflict. Do not allow yourself to echo the brokenness of others. Instead, stand as a wellspring of encouragement, letting my truth guide the conversations you host and the choices you make. As you lift others, you'll become more aware of just how tenderly I am lifting you. If distraction and anxiety make my words hard to grasp, take time to return and listen again. Soak your heart in reassurance, not out of fear of missing out, but because my desire is that you truly understand what I am imparting. Listen to the gentle call that asks you to slow down, hush the inner clamor, and let clarity return. You yearn for peace and stillness, and it is my joy to grant it. Yet true tranquility is sustained when you keep my words alive inside your heart. When you remember the promises I have spoken, even as trouble prowls like a threatened lion outside your door. The enemy tests, but my voice is always greater. When my word illuminates your path, when it becomes more treasured than sweetness itself, it brings the strength and courage needed to rise from every disappointment or challenge. In your house, let my assurance fill every room. No famine, no sickness, no lack shall define your days. My word is planted in your very dwelling. It is a shield for those you love. I want to see your spirit ignited, your vision clear, your mind awake to hope. Prepare yourself to embrace the abundance I have destined for you. Open your arms in respect and kindness to every soul, whether young or old. Reject condemnation, for what I have cleansed stands free. Never remind another of their wounds or former failures. My forgiveness has already covered the past. Support your loved ones. Cheer them on as they grow, for in blessing others, you make space for even greater blessing to surround you. Right now, I am releasing waves of my love, lifting away despair, cloaking you in the shadow of my enduring kindness. Even when the sky has felt dark and the weight enormous, feel my renewing presence settle around you now. Let me refresh your soul. Dare to lift your arms to speak aloud that you will trust me, your shepherd and provider. Do not lose heart. Do not be anxious about what tomorrow brings. Continue walking forward, sharing the hope I entrust to you. Meet each day with thanksgiving, humble and sincere, knowing that every good gift you now hold is a testament to my devotion. Receive them not with suspicion, but with a glad and open heart. Your season of victory draws closer still. Breathe in the calm of this moment. Let your shoulders lower and your busy mind settle. Feel how I am nearer than your own breath, holding you in a love that will not leave. The world around you may swirl with noise and urgent demands, but I invite you into my quiet, where worry dissolves and your restless searching finds rest in me. Even now, as you listen, I see every hope you dare not voice, every fear that tries to linger at the edge of your peace. You look at the day ahead and wonder if you will have the strength to carry its weight. You fear you won't measure up to expectations, to the needs of those you love, even to your own ideals. I tell you, beloved, your value is not found in flawless performance or constant giving. Your worth began with my choice to form you and call you my own. The pressure that tells you to fix everything, to meet every standard, is not my voice. I am not the voice of relentless striving, but the gentle assurance that you are safe and precious in me right now, no matter what the day brings. There are worries that keep circling. What if things never change? What if that one door remains closed?
I see the way uncertainty weighs on your heart and how tempting it is to shrink back from hope. But listen, my plans for you are not derailed by delay or denial.
My guidance is not held hostage to the pace of others or the approval of the world. I have placed a distinct calling within you, a seed of purpose perfectly matched to who you are. You have not missed your moment. Trust that my timing is immaculate. When anxiety pricks at your peace, let your first act be simple gratitude. Notice how light creeps into the morning, how your lungs fill with air and your heart continues its quiet rhythm. Whisper thanks for this breath, for the gift of a new beginning, for the strength already given before you ask. Gratitude is not dismissal of what hurts, but an opening of your hands to all I will provide. There will be pressures to solve, to intervene, to stretch yourself thin in order to hold everything together for those you love. I see your dedication, the fierce affection that drives you, the desire to shield your family and friends from harm. Let me remind you, you are not meant to carry burdens alone. Surrender is not defeat, but trust, placing into my hands all that you love, releasing the illusion of control so my wisdom and power can do what yours cannot. I will not abandon those you care for. Sometimes, my child, you wrestle with your sense of significance. You wonder if your choices matter, whether your voice is truly heard amidst so much noise. Every word you speak in kindness, every humble act of service, every quiet choice for integrity, I see it all. Nothing done in love or faithfulness goes unseen by me. My pleasure does not hinge on grand accomplishments, but on the honest yielding of your heart. No moment is too small for me to fill with meaning. Do not fear when progress stalls or when others misunderstand your motives. You are not defined by public approval or swift outcomes. My affirmation is spoken over you not as a reward for perfection, but as the steady foundation beneath your every step. Even setbacks are not wasted. I turn missteps and dead ends into places of learning and unexpected blessing. If you'll let me, I will transform your frustration into strength, your hesitation into boldness grounded in me. There will be moments throughout your day when heaviness tries to creep back in. When that happens, pause. Feel the surface beneath you, the steadiness of your body, the quiet around you. Let yourself remember that you do not walk alone. I am for you and with you, my promise unwavering. The path before you is not as uncertain as it seems. I illuminate each next step just when you need it. Trust does not mean walking forward without questions, but stepping forward knowing I will catch and guide you always. Today I have not called you to exhaustion, but to a steady companionship where you can draw upon my strength whenever you grow weary. The world asks you to be everything to everyone, but I ask only that you remain with me, receiving what you need as each moment comes. In this way, you are never alone and never expected to manufacture your own worth. Let these truths settle in your spirit. My faithfulness does not falter in the face of difficulty. Rest now in the calm I am gently spreading before you, for I see all the heavy questions lingering in your mind this morning. I know how the worries gather like clouds before dawn, whispering doubts about your future, your family, or the outcome of choices you must soon make. Let me steady your heart with the assurance that you are not walking this path alone. Maybe you have wondered why relief doesn't come instantly, or why certain doors seem so stubbornly closed. I ask you, dear one, to trust my timing over your fears. Imagine the quiet wisdom of seeds hidden beneath the earth. They rest unseen, yet a miracle is stirring underground. Your season of waiting is never wasted. In these hidden hours, I am shaping answers far beyond your imagination. Set aside the hurried questions. Feel the comfort of my presence as sunlight slipping through blinds, brushing warmth across your skin. Let me guide your heart into patience that feels like hope instead of delay. Pause now with me for a moment. Bring to mind the faces of those you love, your family, friends, or those you fret over in secret. I know your longing for harmony and the ache that wells up when tension lingers. As you surrender their names in stillness, I am already drawing them beneath the shelter of my care. I see every hurt, each longing for reconciliation. Release your urge to control outcomes or craft perfect words. Instead, trust my loving hands to do what you cannot. Sometimes a single moment of gratitude will shift the entire course of your day. Try it now. Notice the breath filling your lungs, the small details you usually pass by, the warmth in your coffee mug, the comfort of a quiet room. As you lift simple thanks, you open hidden doors in your spirit, allowing me to pour favor and renewal into ordinary hours. I know you carry the question, will I have what it takes for what is ahead? Hear me clearly, beloved. You are not unprepared. My strength is not an idea, but a living force woven into your being. Where your resolve runs thin, I impart fresh courage. Though the steps before you may appear steep or unpredictable, I have already measured the ground and fortified you for the climb. There will be quieter invitations today in the pause between tasks or the hush behind chaotic thoughts where I prompt you gently. Come rest with me. Let the striving cease if only for a breath. In these moments, notice how burdens lighten when released into my keeping. Even your smallest surrender, an honest doubt, or a single tear matters deeply to me. In the everyday routines that stretch before you, keep watch for my voice, subtle but persistent, guiding your steps. Whether through a smile from a stranger, a moment of unexpected laughter, or a gentle conviction in your heart, I am faithfully directing your path. No detail escapes my attentive care. If doubts persist about your worthiness or your ability to respond to my calling, rest in the truth. Your value comes from my love, not your performance. Identity is not found in comparison, achievement, or fleeting emotions, but in the steadfast reality that you are mine. I delight in seeing you become who you truly are. Hear me. Your story does not end in defeat. Await the steady unfolding of my goodness. Even now, seeds of destiny are sprouting beneath what feels barren. As you go, carry this assurance deep within. No burden will overtake you, and no shadow can eclipse the light I have placed inside you. Do you feel it, beloved? That gentle urge drawing your thoughts inward, the way your own breath slows as if something holy is near. I am closer than your next heartbeat, working within the quiet spaces that even you have not dared to visit lately. You have wrestled with shadows and silent worries, and I have witnessed each silent plea and every question rising in your mind when night falls. I do not turn from these struggles or shrink from your heaviness. Instead, I lean in. I am the God who moves toward pain, who presses in where others would withdraw. You do not have to hide anything from me. The corners of your heart, where old disappointments gathered dust, I am lighting them up now. You wonder how much longer you must wait for your circumstances to break open. You ask how much more you must endure before joy returns in fullness. Hear me. Endurance is not your enemy. I am not punishing you with delays or testing you out of cruelty. Each moment of waiting has become a vessel for greater trust. I am forming strength within you that can only be discovered through persistence. You treasure quick answers, but I desire for you to possess unshakable confidence in who I am, not merely what I give. Watch as the longing in you transforms from restless grasping to holy expectation. Before the breakthrough appears outside, it must first blossom within your spirit, like a dawn rising before the night has finished. There is a war inside you between self-doubt and the memory of my voice. Every time you hesitate to believe that things can change, recall this. The enemy is terrified of who you become when you know you are loved without condition. Lies feed on isolation, but truth flourishes in my presence. Do not let regret anchor you to the past or anxiety fasten your heart to hushed fears about tomorrow. Here in this now I am working. You may not see the roots growing beneath the surface, but soon you will taste the fruit of this surrender. Stop for a brief moment. Dare yourself to breathe with awareness, to let your shoulders fall as you realize you are not alone in this room, car, or kitchen where you listen. My spirit is not confined by space or circumstance. The storm raging out there cannot drown out my whisper inside. Do you feel resistance pushing back? That fear is real. I am not ignoring it. I see exactly where old patterns tighten around you, insisting that nothing ever changes. But you are not your generational wounds or family stories. My power breaks cycles. My love rewrites your lineage. The hardest ground in your life is often the place of your greatest future harvest. You are not condemned to repeat what hurt you. Just because pain lasted years does not mean it will always define you. Change can begin in a single moment of surrender. And this is that moment if you will trust me. If your heart pounds or your mind resists these words, I understand. Part of you believes this is too good, that maybe I will withdraw if you fail again. But I tell you, my commitment to you is sealed by a love unmoved by your worst days. I do not flinch in the face of your failure. I embrace you all the more tightly. You are not disqualified by your doubts or mistakes. My arms remain open and I am inviting you back into joy. Do not waste energy earning what I freely give. Instead, dare to rejoice in your belonging. You are chosen even now. Pause. Feel the truth of these words settle in your bones. Notice how your breathing softens and your chest feels just a little lighter when you let go of what you cannot control. Every place in you that aches to be perfect is safe within my grace. You never have to perform for my affection. My grace is not a fragile promise. It will not shatter when dropped, nor dissolve when you feel unworthy. Your wounds, even the secret ones, are being gently addressed even now by my healing touch. Sometimes you will sense a warmth, a tingling, or a peace that surpasses understanding. These are not accidents. You are being restored piece by piece, gently and purposefully. What if your story of pain is the very material I am using to build you into a lighthouse for others lost in stormy seas? Does that possibility unsettle or excite you? You were marked with purpose long before defeat or fear ever named you. I am rewriting your narrative even now. Keep watching. Keep trusting. The best is coming closer than you realize. Something has already shifted inside you. Though you may not have words for it yet, by opening your heart even slightly, you have given me permission to do what only I can do. Soon you will understand why I allowed what hurt you most, not as punishment, but as a doorway for my glory to break through. Let hope grow. Even if it trembles, I am not finished. Let your soul rest in that. Let yourself exhale right now and notice the gentle pressure of your chest rising and falling. That is more than oxygen. It is the rhythm of life I breathed into you before your first memory. You have questioned more times than you could count if anything is actually shifting. You've measured progress by external markers, longing for signs so tangible the ache in your spirit would finally dissipate. The greatest change is first invisible, a quiet shaking beneath the surface, roots deepening unseen even as the outer world appears unchanged. What you have called delay, I have called foundation. Nothing wasted. Not a single tear. Do not think for a moment that I am ignoring your whispered prayers or your desperate bargains in the dark. I've heard everyone, gathered each like precious rain for the day when out of this hidden soil promises burst forth. There is a reason your weight has felt heavy. And soon you will glimpse the first signs it was not in vain. Child, the enemy has tried to braid lies into your mind that you are forgotten, that your chance has passed, that your mistakes have somehow canceled your purpose. Listen and let this anchor you now. My plans for you stretch beyond what you've lost. I am the God who redeems wasted years, who reclaims what was discarded. The voice that says the window has closed is not mine. Place your hand over your heart. Feel the pulse there. That is evidence, undeniable proof. You are still marked by destiny. Every limitation you've encountered, every closed door, every weary morning was not a verdict of finality, but a preparation for something that requires deeper roots. You have not missed your chance. My plans for you are unfolding in perfect rhythm, regardless of delay or detour. As you lay your anxious thoughts at my feet, you make room for my wisdom to bloom. Trust what I place within your spirit, even when your mind lags behind. There are people whose lives will intersect with yours, not by coincidence, but because I have designated you as a beacon. You carry keys for rooms others thought they would never access. You will unlock hope for someone clinging to their last ember. Not by scripted speeches, but by being authentically present as you are right now. Remember, I work through willingness, not spectacle. Today you may notice a quiet sense of joy lingering even in your ordinary moments. Perhaps as you walk, as you wash dishes, or as you simply look out a window, there will be an unexpected wave of calm, even gratitude. That is my spirit moving in you. You'll know it's me because hope will flutter where dread once sat heavy. I understand what it took to reach for hope again. I have witnessed your silent vows, your whispered prayers, the times you held on by the thinnest thread. You are not unseen. Your endurance has become a declaration in the unseen places. While others may question, who am I to make a difference? You are beginning to realize the answer. You are mine. That is enough. You are not a bystander in your own life. You are part of an unfolding movement, an awakening of hearts all across the earth who are refusing despair, choosing instead to become living evidence of my love at work. This is bigger than you, but it would not be complete without your unique contribution. The revival I am sparking cannot be contained in one person, one place. It is a rising of many, each marked, each chosen, each carrying light into the unlikeliest corners. As you take these steps, remember you are never alone. My nearness remains constant. My heart is invested in yours, shaping you in ways you have yet to imagine. You are rising and the world is about to notice. Beloved, I have seen you press on with determination, even when the path before you felt hazy and fraught with unanswered questions. There were moments when you peered into your day, heart tight, unsure whether the doors you need would swing open. My eyes have lingered on you in those still minutes after midnight, when shadows lift, but clarity slips just out of reach. And I tell you now, I am nearer than you dare imagine, shaping the road ahead, even as you rest, arranging my kindness to meet you right where your longing grows. Let the worries you have about timing find their rest in me. I remind you that you are not behind, not at the mercy of missed chances or closed chapters. Even as others celebrate their apparent advances, I do not overlook the unseen seeds you have sown in hidden humility. You have wondered deep within whether surrender asks too much, whether letting go will leave you diminished or abandoned. But my little one, surrender is not a void, it is invitation. When you open your hands, releasing what you cannot control, you make room for my steadying hand upon yours. There is a peace waiting for you. Not in figuring out every detail, but in allowing yourself to be guided step by step, moment by moment. You are not losing your place. You are being led into a spacious place crafted with unspeakable care. Look at your hands. Those hands that have served, comforted, built, and wiped away your own tired tears. I honor the care you have given others, the way you have been a quiet strength in your family, a blessing even in your own uncertainty. Rest assured, the love you pour out will not return void. Anxiety might sometimes speak so loudly that you question your capacity to meet what the day holds, or worry that you are not enough for those who depend on you. Right here, bring your trembling heart into my presence. I do not measure your worth by your output or your flawlessness. I name you mine because I delight in you as you are in this very moment. My child, even your smallest acts of faith are seeds I have promised to water. If the burden you feel crests like a wave, pause now and let yourself lean into my arms. Feel the steadiness of my embrace, the reassurance in my voice as I remind you that I am not weary of your needs. I see how dearly you wish to protect those you love, to shield them from harm and ensure every blessing. But trust that as you lift them to me, your family, your dearest friends, I hold them even more tenderly than you possibly can. Release the impossible pressure of being everything for everyone, and instead, let my peace settle over your household, my wisdom ripple out through your care. There is a call I place uniquely on your life, a resonance only you carry, a melody that flows out of who I created you to be. Even if others do not immediately see it, I see it. You have not missed your purpose. You are not passing by your destiny unnoticed. Lift your head, dear one. Even now, what I have begun in you, I will carry forward to completion. For nothing entrusted into my hands is ever lost or wasted. You stand exactly where my love can reach you. Come closer, beloved. Draw in each breath even deeper now, for what I am doing within you is breaking through every wall that pain tried to erect. All this time you have questioned whether you are seeing with your own eyes, or with eyes awakening within you. You sense movement under the surface. It is not imagination. My spirit is stirring what had settled, resurrecting hope where only silence had lived. No detail of your story lost on me. The moments where shame pressed you into shadow, the silent pleas you hid behind casual smiles, the night spent examining ceiling cracks because you could not sleep. None of it missed my notice. If I could show you the number of times I have shielded you from devastation, you would gasp in awe at my nearness. You have wondered what comes next. That question has lingered behind your every step, sometimes hope-filled, sometimes heavy with uncertainty. Let me assure you, I go before you smoothing rough terrain while also teaching you to walk with new strength. The doors you most despaired of will not define the boundaries of your future. My plans are not limited by human timelines or broken agreements. Allow yourself right now to say aloud, I am not who I was. Speak it again until your soul believes what I have always known. When anxiety rises unbidden, do not shame yourself. Instead, slow your breath, feel the air filling your lungs, and remember that I designed you for peace, not perpetual striving. You feared that surrender would mean losing your identity, that trusting me would strip you of dreams you cherish. But beloved, I am the one who placed those sacred longings in you, shaping each before the world taught you to shrink or hide. I want to give you more than mere survival. My desire is resurrection. Areas you labeled as dead now pulsing with unexplainable hope. Let me have your disappointment, your timelines, your defenses. Release the need to understand every outcome. When you finally unclench your fists, you make space for gifts you have not even imagined. Tomorrow morning, when the world is quiet and you sense anxiety threatening to grip anew, you will feel a gentle clarity descend upon you. It will catch you off guard. You'll know it's me, because peace will settle where chaos used to reside. That moment is evidence of my faithfulness, a foretaste, not the fulfillment. This week, expect a word of encouragement from an unlikely place. It will echo what your heart needs most. Let that affirmation ground you when doubt threatens ascent. You wonder if this change is real, if old cycles will return the moment pressure increases. But I am not working in you by shallow effort. My transformation is durable, rooted in promise, not performance. You are stepping into a life marked by freedom rather than shame. This is your heritage, to be a vessel of my glory, an agent of compassion to a world desperate for authenticity. The beauty I pour over you is not for you alone. Others hungry for evidence of hope will find healing in the way you see them, serve them, and show up as your true self. Feel the momentum of your story now. This is not the ending so much as the threshold to even greater unfolding. I have not called you simply to survive. I have appointed you as a carrier of light. Lean into the assurance that the same voice that called you out of hiding now commissions you into influence. No longer haunted by your past, you are equipped to speak life where you once felt disqualified.